Young people, welcome back. B&B in the house. Guys, we got a brand new chapter, chapter 5. Let's take a look at what they want us to do. So it looks like, guys, chapter 5, lesson 1, solving inequalities by addition and subtraction. Solve linear inequalities by using addition. All right, sounds like a one step. Solve linear inequalities by using subtraction. Swap back. Students will be able to solve one-step equations, but they're not equations, they're inequalities. So the skill, solve. The concept, inequalities. Let's get this party started, y'all. Which means start that music. All right, guys, lovely handout. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna go pretty fast. We already got it out of there and we're good to go. Get that to fit. Love it, love it. Match each inequality to the graph of its solution. Some of the things we want to make sure we remember, guys, is open or close circle when plotting, close when it's equal to, open when it's not. So in this situation, I'm solving it, meaning what is x equal? Well, x would have to, well, I said equal. You hear me say equal a lot, but inequality, right? X is greater than 5, so I'm looking for an open circle at positive 5. Going to the right, of course. Open circle to the right. Now, at some point in this video, you guys are gonna have me pause, and I'm gonna talk about open and close, left and right. But for the matching here, we're getting right to it. Number 1 is C because it's an open circle going to the right, starting at 5. Number 2, looks like we're going to have another open circle, and it should be going to the left. But what is the value of x in this inequality? 7, because we added 6 to both sides and got 7. Looks like I said plus 1, but you guys know sometimes my penmanship isn't the best. It's better than some of those other people out there. I'm not gonna say their names. Rosetti. Love it. All right, guys, still having fun with this here. We got x plus 2 is less than or equal to negative 3. And you know what, guys? I think this will be a good time for a pause. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a pause, guys, so we can talk about this because it's going to keep happening over and over. And what I mean is I haven't thrown up a chart to talk about inequalities. If your teacher did not give you something to look at, it's in the book, it's everywhere. Less than or equal to, greater than or equal to are going to be closed circles. And they're closed because they're equal to. So if I say you have E, it's greater than 20. So if it's greater than 20, it's not 20. And if I say it's greater than or equal to, now it can be equal to 20. And that's why we have a closed circle. And lastly, guys, I don't know how else to say it, but the inequality is pointing in the direction that you want to go. Meaning, if it's greater than, it should be pointing to the right. So I'm going to shade to the right, everything greater than 20, and so on and so on. So just a quick little pause for you guys to recognize what we're doing. So let's get this bad boy started again. And where do I begin for number 3? I'm going to begin at negative 5. And of course, open or close circle. It's going to be closed because it's equal to the line underneath. It's going to go to the left, and we're going to begin at negative 5. So right there, guys, I answered all 3 questions very quickly. So to graph our inequalities, to find the correct solution, there's 3 questions we're looking at. Where do you begin? Is it an open or close? Or are you going to shade left or right? So for the next one, what do you think? Open or closed circle? Good, it's equal to, it's a closed circle. Left or right? Good, it's pointing to the right. So I'm going to add 3 to both sides. Once I add 3 to both sides, I'm going to get x's now. And guys, already I'm messing up. I got to fix that. And I'm glad I fixed it because that would have been an early mistake in the early part of our video, right? So it looks like a closed circle because it's equal to. It's going to be going to the right, everything greater than. So to the right on the number line, I'm going to begin at negative 2, and that looks like B. One last one to go, and of course, you might have already fast forward, but you're with me. Excellent. Add 1 to both sides. Inequality is not changing. -7 plus 1 getting -6. So, of course, the only one left, but getting the information. It's not written, but let's go ahead and say it. Open circle, shaded to the left, beginning at -6. I like it. Let's get it out of here. Part 2, this time they're not giving us the graph. We will have to graph it ourselves. Solve each inequality, check your solution, and then graph it on a number line. So nowhere here, guys, so far they've asked us to check. So I'm kind of happy about that. D -5 is less than or equal to 1. I'm doing my one step here, inverse operation. D is now less than or equal to 6. So those 3 questions again. Open or closed? Closed circle. Left or right? Going to the left. And where should I begin? Begin at 6. So nice closed in circle. Close it in. And go ahead and get a little shade, a swiggly, a highlights, whatever makes you feel good, right? Arrows to mean that it keeps going. And boom, bang, down. Got it. Number 7. Well, it does say check your solution. Which means you get to decide, we are going to decide what value on that number line we're going to test. We're going to test the number 2, the value 2. Now 2 should be positive, should be true. Why? Is because it's in the shaded area. So 2 minus 5 is less than or equal to 1. What do you think? Well, 2 minus 5 is actually -3. So anything that's shaded, anything in that shaded region needs to be true. And we got that. Anything in the non-shaded region, should be false. So I can pick any value and I'm gonna check another solution. Check 7.5. Why would I check 7.5? I don't know, 8, 10, 1,000, it doesn't matter. But do what the directions are asking, get full credit, get a full understanding, because trust me, when it comes time for the assessment, for the test, that's when it's on you to show your ability to understand the material. You understand the concept, inequalities, you understand the skill, graphing, you understand how to check, huh? Well, that's why we're doing it. That's what we're here for. So, number 7, we're gonna subtract 9 from both sides, boom, boom. Gonna give me t is less than -1. Boom. Love that box. Set. Just sweet. I'm gonna fix that in some future videos. Now, guys, 3 questions. Open or closed? Very good. Wait. I don't want to do a checkbox yet. Well, I guess I can do a checkbox. Let's check 0. So this time, guys, I'm showing you the other way. We could have did this in the first part, but it's 0 true or false. Is -8 true or false? Is you pick any value on the number line, right? So it looks like here, if I were to plug in 0 for t, and I would hope it's false. 0 less than -1. No, 0 is greater than -1. And the reason why is because when you add 0 to 9, you tell me is 9 less than 8? No, that's false. So 0, and this is what I mean by testing a point, doing it in different methods. 0 should be false, and it is false. So now let's go ahead and knock her out, finish the problem. I don't know why I didn't finish it before I checked it. Open circle to the left, beginning at -1. Open, there you go. And then to the left, so do a little, scratch line. Don't say it, we're all thinking it, that's an ugly arrow. But it's the right answer. So let's get this stuff out of here. Let's get to the next thing. All right, guys, nothing changing. Number 8 and number 9 still 1 steps. Doing the inverse operation to solve the inequality. After solving the inequality, we're going to graph it, right? And we'll see if we keep checking solutions here. Opposite of subtracting 7 from A, add 7. Looks like a -13 and +7 is going to give you -6. So what am I looking at? Looking at an inequality that should have an open circle. It's going to be going to the right. because it's greater than, and we started at -6. And of course, this is where you and me, maybe not today, would do our check. W minus 1 is now less than 4. Add 1 to both sides. So W is less than 5. Got the same 3 questions. Is it going to be open or closed? Open. Come on now. And after having the open circle, we're going to go to the left and restart at 5. So you get the routine, you get it in. And again, guys, on you, of course, to make the check. And I guess I didn't like that too much. I want to make it a little prettier. But open circle, starting at 5, going to the left. And again, guys, let's get her out of here. I'm just going to do the next one right there on the bottom. I think we got room. We can get it in. So this time, guys, we actually have a situation that can get you to make some mistakes. Our variable is on the right side of the inequality. So it's read 4 is greater than or equal to k plus 3. Well, let's swap that, right? The reason why I swap it is because when you solved it and you end up getting, and let me be clear here. Let's get a pause in. When I say get a pause in, it's because as I'm moving on to number 11 here, you'll see what I see. I jumped through 10 because hopefully when you subtracted 3 from both sides, which you don't see me doing, right? You just see me put 1 is greater than or equal to k. All right, well, when I subtracted 3 from both sides, I got 1 is greater than or equal to k. I rewrote it because we want to start with the variable on the left so we know which direction to shade the number line. Remember I kept saying left because it's pointing to the left, right? It's pointing to the right. If I were to slow down in this handout and show you, you would see how if I were to graph 1 is greater than or equal to k, shading to the right, I would find some errors. But when I flip it, when I swap that, and it's something very simple. Just read it, and you'll see me read. 1 is greater than or equal to k, or k is less than or equal to 1. So watch when I get to 11. Again, I'm going to show you how to solve it a little bit faster. So play. When I added 4 to both sides to 11, it was to get rid of the -4. Now I got -5 is less than or equal to b. Well, if I start reading it from the b, it would be b is greater than or equal to -5. See how the open mouth, as they used to say back in elementary, the open mouth crocodile? So that tells me to shade to the right. So looking at those 2 solutions there at the bottom to those inequalities, notice how I wrote it 2 ways, but I only graphed it 1 way, knowing which direction to shade it. I would say that is the one challenging thing that could come up in this handout, but it's a simple fix, right? All right, guys, looking at the next one here, and they're doing the same thing to us. And when I say the same thing, number 12, where is your variable? Your variable is found on the right side of the inequality. Like when we draw that line down the equal sign, if I was to draw a line down that inequality, I'd say, where's the variable? On the right. And we want to read starting from the variable. And that's what you're going to see here. So when I subtracted 4 from the right, from the left, -6 greater than or equal to x. Good. Well, let's be clear. X is what then? The rewrite is going to tell me x is less than or equal to. I start reading from this side and go that way now, instead of starting from the left, -6, and going to the right. So hopefully that makes sense, because now 3 questions, open or close circle, left to right, where do you begin, right? Or where do you begin, open, close circle, left to right. 13, gotta love it. They want to throw a curve at you. You're gonna take it out the park. Subtract y from both sides and 1y, or just y. Or just y. How about I try it again? Or just y is less than 2. And where do I begin? Open or close circle? Left or right? Left. You guys got it? No rewrite. You don't have to rewrite again because the variable's on the left side. Love the applause. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, I think we're catching it. I think we're getting it. I'm feeling good. We always like the first lesson of the chapter. It kind of warms us up for the rest of the videos. All right, guys, define a variable, write an inequality, and solve each problem. Check your solution. Wow. Hold on. So I got to define a variable, n, a number decreased by 10. I guess that number's n. Is greater than -5. That was easier than we thought. Did I define the variable? Yes. N has to be the variable. Did I write an inequality? Yes. Did I solve it? No. Did I check the solution? No. But I am getting it done. So a number increased by 1 is less than 9. We got that in. 7 more. I like to point out, write the operation first. So add 7. 7 more. Then a number. So I use n to define the variable. Is less than or equal to. What's really cool about this one, guys, is they're giving us the inequality in words exactly how they sound. The last two, at least. What do you mean at least? Is that less than? Is that greater than? Is that less than or equal to? Easy to find, guys. It's in the book. I'm going to be pulling it up on some of the handouts. But straight up, guys, writing the inequality is going from words to math language. Last one, and number +2 is at most. So again, at most would be less than or equal to, and at least would be greater than or equal to. We're going to see that a lot throughout this chapter. I think I'm just getting some lines here to separate because we got more to do. None of these are solved yet, right? But I think what's going to happen is they're all going to be pretty fast because they're all one steps. And none of them actually have to be graphed. So I'm just going to get a solution. And then if I'm feeling good, I'm going to check my solutions. You, on the other hand, who's working on this at home, making sure you understand it, are you going to check all of your solutions? If you got time, go for it. All right, guys, here we go. I think we're going to jump back up to 14. The opposite of subtracting 10 is adding 10. Careful on your integers. A -5 and a +10 is going to leave with a positive. How many more positives do I have? 5 more. So n is greater than 5. On number 15, same thing. Subtract 1 this time, though. Opposite of adding 1. So 9 minus 1. 8. N equals 8. No, n is less than 8. It's going to happen. Am I going to do it? Am I accidentally going to write an equal sign? It can happen, all right? Moving on, subtract 7. That is actually more negative, so be careful. -25, not 11. And of course, looks like we got a +21 we're going to need for number 17 because we have -21. Looks like 36. And one of the things I will point out, guys, as we're getting to the last one here on 18, is if I did not spend enough time talking about the check, this would be a good time to do a few checks. You can check any value on a number line, any integer. I could try 1,000, I could try 5,000, I could try 0, I could try 1, but just plug that value in and then determine if it is a true statement, all right? So you can even do it in your head right now. Let's go ahead and say for number 14, we choose 0. 0 minus 10, is that greater than -5? Right? Just make a number line. 3 questions. Where do you begin? 5. Open or closed? Open. Left or right? Right. Would 0 be shaded? All right. So, guys, great video. Look forward to seeing you guys again. That was chapter 5, lesson 1. Look forward to seeing you when you need me again. BMB out.